TerraSpaces. Hello and welcome to The Ether. Today is Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. Today on The Ether, RAC FM, Episode 2, Part 2. Let's take a listen.
What happened?
Oh, was that not?
Yeah, maybe
forever.
he went quiet for some reason. Maybe he got a phone call or something. But yeah, like what's missing in Cosmos still, in my opinion, is just a totally neutral, non-team owned store of value coin that does absolutely nothing, that has like favorable tokenomics or whatever to persist, and like without any kind of weird like central teams and this and that. There's clearly enough like brain power in Cosmos to build like a clean like store of value token, and maybe Atom is it. I don't know. Like I think Jay, that's what he wanted to have happen. But
Juno's about as close as you can get, don't you think, Timmy, to what Cephii's describing? I mean, because it was completely airdropped, right? There was no.
I'm saying no smart contracts, nothing on it. Like it needs to be absolutely pristine. No chance of destruction for any reason. No chance of governance debacles. No chance of debate. Nothing. Just it runs, and that's the end of it, right? Like that's kind of my idea.
That's why I'm in real Bitcoin.
What's up?
I'm sorry. I know my mic is so quiet.
Yeah,
I don't really know.
So you're saying like, yeah, that's the function of Bitcoin. Like, yes, but we need that. We need that within the Cosmos, though. Like, we don't want to have a bridged. Like, I don't want a gnomic Bitcoin personally. Like,
so wait, here's a question, Cephii. Do you know about Neta? Do you know about Neta?
I heard a little bit about it. Yeah, what does it do?
It's nothing. It is a coin on Juno that does nothing. It just has a hard cap, like it's kind of like a Bitcoin type essence to it. And so I was going to ask you, and you can probably still answer this. Do you think something like that would have been better as its own chain as opposed to a token on another?
Absolutely, yes. Yes, because then you don't have to suffer from the issues of tokens. You wanted coins. So I think with the new yeah, that's what Bruce and I were talking about yesterday. I think I have a recipe for some seriously cool shit. If someone will make it, like I think, yeah, I kind of covered it in a long space yesterday. I don't want to repeat the whole thing, but the point is, I think there are some interesting ideas where you could use the concept of the interchain security. You can create a main chain and then maybe like 10 sub tokens, each with their own pristine tokenomics. Each of them having slightly different variations on themes, like, for example, token supply, it's the issues like inflation rates or burn rates or whatever you want to use. And they can sort of complement, the sub tokens can complement each other. You can create ETFs out of them or do weird things with them. You can counter trade them. You can introduce all sorts of volatility into them using different sort of game mechanics. And then you can like forcibly decentralize the validator set through like forced disasters, meaning like a fucking tornado comes through and like just hits validators randomly and coins just disappear into oblivion. I know it sounds weird, but like you need to have a system where nature takes its course and it's programmatic and it's random. Maybe there's some predictability to it, but not not complete predictability. It's a system that basically can stand on its own and there's no governance after it's started.
But here's the question. How does something like that, like imagine if something like Bitcoin was coded here in the Cosmos, or if Neta had its own chain, what you're describing, how does that pay for security? Why do people either want to validate it, or how are they able to pay for interchain security?
You can still have the all of the other things that like Atom has. You can have some form of inflation. You can do all that for the purpose of funding the validators, just like any other Cosmos chain. But I think you can also create sort of like a system where it's immutable once it's in play, so that it can work in a way that like people in other words, the reasons why people buy Atom, like let's say they like it because it doesn't do anything. They like it because it's just constant. They like it because you can use it anywhere in the cosmos. Those sort of features are what we need, but we need one where like there's no governance concerns whatsoever, like none. And that's, I think, Jay's point. Like when he's talking about the Atom 1 constitution, he believes that like, you know, we should almost like eventually lock, like every comment I made about this, Jay agreed with me, which is interesting. Like one was that it should become immutable at some point. You shouldn't change anything. You should lock all governance and just throw away the key or something. And then, you know, you would hard fork if you want to do anything interesting. So there is the Atom 1 idea is
right,
not
but
entirely without merit.
There's a difference. There's a difference though, right, between like locking in changes for something that has a function and a purpose versus something with none, like it just is, you know, a Bitcoin type thing. Like
right.
with Atom discussion, you're locking in a certain function that it serves.
So
right.
Spark, as I'm going to jump in real quick. I've been listening to you guys for a while, and it's awesome, like, conversation. So Spark, as you mentioned, Neta and Cephii, like the Neta DAO actually has a pretty good group of gents that I think that you could connect with and bounce some ideas off of. So I know they have a Twitter handle, and you talked about Neta, and that just sparked me to jump in. And I've been a part of some of their conversations, and they're probably some guys that you would vibe with.
I think it'd be worth hearing their philosophy and their experience for sure, because obviously they've built something, and it's worth listening to what they feel like are the pros and cons of different concepts.
Interesting. Yeah. Whoever set up the DAO is not who created Neta. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm not actually sure who created Neta, but I think the DAO is a community spun up thing.
But see, like the problem I see, right? The simple problems I see is one, you need a Bitcoin for the Cosmos, and it needs to be IBC native. It needs to be something that doesn't require any bridging into the Cosmos. So like a fake Bitcoin or like a wrapped Bitcoin is just not the same thing. You add additional risks when you do that. And it needs to be kind of readily fungible throughout the Cosmos, almost like it's IBC native as its primary function. It's almost like it's floating around the ether and supported by all the chains. It needs to be like ideally it would be like IBC programmed, meaning it's like in the ether of the IBC and it sort of lives there. As long as all the chains survive, then the primary coin survives no matter what other chains do anything else. So that's kind of a weird idea. So it almost like one idea would be it's baked into the entirety of like the Cosmos SDK, and people would upgrade, and that coin becomes available on any like chain that upgrades. That would be a weird option.
Are you
and the
talking
other would be you just have
more than a
separate
currency?
What's that?
Wait. So
yeah. Like
I think in general, I was kind of going to disagree with you, actually, Cephii. Like, I'm not sure if I think there's room for more Bitcoin-like things to be spun up this late into the sort of Web3 arc. But as you kept talking, so as like most people know in here, IBC, I think its main problem right now is that it's not fully, truly interoperable. Like, if I have Atom and I send it to Osmosis, I cannot then send that Atom to Juno. I can only send it back to the Cosmos hub, and then I can send it to Juno. These things, like when Atom goes from one chain to another, you do still get like a wrapped representation of it. And part of that wrapper is the like specific chain it's on at that moment and the one it came from. So you can't just freely move stuff around. If you coded something into the SDK level, though, that allowed one particular type of token to just completely freely move around each chain without having to like return to its native hub chain, that could be a really compelling thing. That would like be a selling point in and of itself, I think.
Like that would be a really deep integration, right?
Yeah, very. It would have to be, the community would also have to agree for whatever reason, or whoever's like in charge of the Cosmos SDK and then passing those upgrade proposals, that it would be limited to that one coin. Because I feel like that's a tech that we'd want to implement for everything, but that's not going to be possible because things change, new coins come up, you can't add every coin to the SDK. So like, I think there's actually a ton to explore there. That wouldn't be so straightforward, but
no, it's not. It's not a minor. I'm not sure if you can hear me. My Wi-Fi changed, but yeah, it's not an easy problem. It just seems like it's the solution that, if it was possible, it would be amazing. I just don't know if it's technically feasible or not.
Yeah, it has to do with the light clients with tokens going from one chain to another. That's like deep in the IBC level type stuff, way beyond my comprehension. But anyways, Cephii, I kind of hear what you're saying about as far as something besides Atom as a
yeah, it's like you need unbridged stores of value, and you need one that's immutable, and maybe that's Neta on its own chain. Maybe, I don't know what the right answer is. And you want one with tokenomics that do not favor any particular pools of money, like community pools or teams, because that represents future dumping risk, and therefore nobody's going to want to put their money there as a store of value. That's the problem, I think, is that people will always assume that that there's like this pool of money, it's a central risk, and so you'd have to have appropriate distribution of the coins. Like I think Juno faced this problem specifically in their token distribution, right? Like one particular platform got too many coins in the distribution, and it kind of got all fucked up in a way. And that was a big controversy, and I don't think that was Juno's intent to have that happen, but to do that even better, where your distribution is set up in such a way that it's super equitable, or like just do a massive lock drop, right? Like Astroport did this, White Whale did this, and it's basically an interesting way to release a coin where you enter negative price discovery on purpose. So you set the initial value of the chain at, like, let's say $10 billion. And so the coins drop in price algorithmically until people decide to buy it at whatever cash value. And then all of the cash that enters into that gets redistributed to the token holders, like as a matter of like contract. And so there is no central anybody. If you want more of the chain now, well, deploy your money. Otherwise, speak.
You're a doctor, and wait a minute, Cephii, you're a doctor, right? And you're triggering my PTSD over fucking Juno on Prop 16. You don't even fucking know, man, Cephii. It was March, and I still haven't gotten over Prop 16. I still want to fucking feed Wolf, Lobo, whatever he's called now, call one. I want to feed him to my dog, piece by piece. Like, I really want to see, like, his eyeballs fucking... Cephii, what?
Wait, which camp were you in?
Prop 16. Dude, I was on the right side on Prop 3. I think I was there for Juno Genesis, man. I'm the Juno baby, me, man. Like, you've got Chubby Baby in your fucking group, I'm Juno baby, dude. I was there for the Genesis. I've got...
Cephie's asking, like, what did you think about the whale drama?
Don't. Guys, it's really hard to talk about, like.
Yeah, it's too late.
You don't even know, like, no, you don't even know, though, like, how different, like, we had Prop 3. We had the opportunity. Wolf was like a Lobo. No, they were okay. We'll talk about it later, blah, blah, blah. Like, Wolf was like all this. And then that cunt put Prop 16 up. Like, the best of it, they're right. Somebody said this on a Spaces the other week. I'm going to repeat someone else's words, right? And not mine, guys. I'm not taking claim for them. They said, Juno's, it was Galileo. It was Galileo. Guys, he owns 108 NFTs, right? Racøøn NFTs, yeah? So what's that at today's price? Like 50 grand, whatever, right? Not that much in the grand scheme of things, but enough to be like a player in the project, right? And he's got a chunk of coin, yeah? He was like, oh, fucking hell, I forgot what he was fucking going to say now. Mia, remind me. I need Mia to remind me.
We were talking about the Juno issue in Prop 3, 16.
Oh, dude, you know something, though? He was like, Juno's bit, like, he was like, really, if you listen to Galileo, he's the most, like, soft-spoken guy. When we spoke to him on Friday, he was on, because it's a holiday in Japan, he was on his helicopter flying out to somewhere with his kids, and Gaines and I were, like, chatting with him when he's on his helicopter. he's going over to meet Rama soon. But guys, like, he was like, Juno's like had all its like infancy problems. Like if you look at the wider context of what Juno is, this public permissionless blockchain, right? And you do look at its distribution, fair enough. Like, there's a lot of questions or talks, blah, 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 right? But like, if you look in the grand scheme of things, Juno's probably had like all its problems like already. Like, moving forward, apart from getting the like sub DAO sorted, I know Tank spoke out about that last night, and I kind of agree with Tank. Like that, I mean, I'm not in the position to vote right now. Like Tank last night, though, like quite clearly stated, like, is that the people you want to be running things, validators, and people with like certain like interests in certain situations, but. That's up to you to vote upon. But Galileo, who's a very cool voiceover, was like, guys, like, Juno's been through all these like problems already. And like, it's not even a year old. It's like 2 months ago he was talking to whatever. And he's like, like, to be like public and permissionless and blah, 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 right? He's like, this is like so good. And there's like a group of like financial investors that love Juno. And I think, Mia, stop me if I'm wrong, Juno is going to be the next one to be listed on Binance, because I know CZ selling his FTT to buy Juno for liquidity. We saw Osmosis. I mean, it's on fucking Gate. It's on, I don't know if it's on KuCoin yet. It's on Binance. Is Juno next, Mia? Juno next?
I mean, it very well could be. It makes sense.
Market rebounding.
No surprise.
Your mic creating a lot of feedback.
Okay, dude, I'll exit. I'll exit.
Maybe too loud.
I'll exit and come back, dude. Sorry, I do apologize, dude.
I don't think it's your
co-host first.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, like
we're going on 3 hours now.
Hey, actually, wait, real quick before you forget, Cephii, if you are interested in chatting with the NetaDAO people, I'm sure they'd love that, and I could definitely hook that up. I'm on the advisory board, like a related NFT project.
Let's set something up. Yeah, I'm curious what they do and all.
Cool.
Yeah, but I bought plenty of Juno specifically to stake with SparkIBC and everything. Like, so I'm all for Juno to be successful, obviously. Between Spark and like DAO and whatever other projects, I think it's a useful chain. It's like a lot of nice experiments can go on there, and I think even after all the politics and everything at the very beginning, I think probably most of that's behind it. I would think, but you never know with these things, But that's the kind of politics I'm talking about, like whether it's Atom or whether it's what happened to Juno. Like, what I think we need a chain that specifically has like none of that, and figure out how to build that for as an option for people. I'm not saying it has to supplant anything or like do better than Atom or whatever, but I think it's a financial primitive that people will find popular. I think it's highly likely.
Yeah. Hey,
I think the problem. Wait, are you saying you want smart contract support on something like that, Cephii?
No. Like no smart contract support. Yeah.
Almost like.
I just don't know if there's a demand for that.
Well, yeah.
I would park my money there. Like, I would.
Hey, Timmy, real quick, Timmy, got a question for you. Like with Juno, I really feel like there's so much potential, but I think with anything else, like you look at like in Web 2, like any large corporation, it's like you have to have really, really, really smart, bright, talented people leading the corporation, guiding it in the right direction to get revenue capture. And I think that's the one thing that's kind of lacking in the Web3 space. It's like, yeah, you do have it in the centralized exchanges. Like look at Polygon, like they are doing business development. They're trying to capture as much user adoption and revenue as possible. But I think in the more decentralized space, like, yes, there's great, talented people, very bright and intelligent, But unless you have that person who's willing to commit to that chain, then it's almost like a big ship without anyone steering it. Does that make sense? Is that a good analogy, you think, or Timmy? Or
I think it might be a sad reality. And I think if so, I think that means the whole Web3 and decentralized blockchain experiment fails, really. Because then, like, why are we doing it on blockchains? Like, what, like, if there's still centralized entities and it's, this was my one, like, problem I couldn't quite get over with Luna, that I totally accepted because I saw how it worked and the benefits it brought. But, like, having a just straight up company completely behind it all with, like, TFL and someone so clearly at the helm like Do Kwon, like, he was more at the helm and in charge of Luna than, like, Vitalik has ever really appeared to be for ETH, just because he's sort of a lot larger. I don't know how I feel, actually. I think we're still in the experiment. Like, I don't know. I think part of what the appeal of crypto and Web3 should be is that, no, you don't need that central leadership. That is the entire initial, like, point and draw. But can humans really function like that? I'm not sure.
And the reason I ask that is because it goes back to the governance issues that, like, we've been experiencing, and the validator issues, because I kind of feel, Timmy, correct me if I'm wrong, and Cephii and anyone else, like, it's like there's a lot of the tech level stuff that has to get passed through governance that most users don't even care and don't even understand. And I've talked to some of the devs, and I've listened in on some of their conversations. It's almost like you need two different separate government or governance, proposals. It's like one set of proposals is what the validators vote on the technical stuff and the upgrades, and the other set of proposals is the actual on-chain governance of, like, where are we going to steer the blockchain. But what I'm saying is, unless you have people who are dedicated to the vision, and I think Juno does have a vision, and the vision is let the people run it, like, just this technology is available. It's a permissionless blockchain. We want to see developers and dApps come build on this chain. But then again, if you don't have that strong personality and personality, more than one people guiding it and directing it, I don't know. But anyways,
raccoons are the best. Raccoons are the best exemplification of proof of concept of Juno, and prove me wrong, and we're gonna we're gonna go mad.
I was able to pick up Adam, like, near, like, in the $12 range, and the SBF Binance announcement that just got made that there's some sort of deal or some other bullshit. The market spiked quite a bit just now. So that
what announcement?
I saw there was
Cephii, what announcement? What announcement? Come on.
I think it's the $22.
Your mic is kind of really feedbacking for some reason. I think your volume's too high, Robo. Anyway, the SBF said they made some sort of agreement with Binance for liquidity or something or another. I don't know what it means. I just know that the market popped instantly.
I was going to ask earlier when we were on this subject if you guys saw the tweet from the now lone CFO or CEO offering to buy all of CZ's FTT at $22. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, that clearly didn't happen, I suppose. I don't know what that was all about, but yeah, I don't know why they would telegraph that. That's weird.
Yeah, it was definitely weird, but I also didn't see why CZ wouldn't take it, especially going back to our convo earlier about his alternative being, like, dumping over the course of months and months. So maybe they went ahead with some.
Well, maybe they did. Maybe that's what this discussion is now. Maybe that's what happened. Something like that. OTC, yeah.
Maybe a little less than that, but.
Which actually works out better for everybody, because if CZ dumps on the market, it's worse.
Wait. Oh, no. They're acquiring FTX?
Did you read that? Is that real? Is this real, or is this some?
Wait, what?
This afternoon, FTX asked for our help. There is a significant liquidity crunch. To protect users, we signed a non-binding LOI intending to fully acquire FTX.com and help cover the liquidity crunch. We will be conducting nothing in the coming days. There's a lot.
No way. No way.
This is a highly dynamic situation. We are assessing the situation in real time. Binance has the discretion to pull out from the deal at any time.
Oh.
FTC to be highly volatile as things develop. Stay safe.
This is worse. This is worse than Musk. This is worse than Musk.
CZ's taking over the world. CZ's taking over the world.
Cephii, what's your reaction, Cephii?
I don't know.
Flabbergasted.
Your man,
that came out of the blue.
Your man speechless. Your man speechless. He's like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Is this serious? Is this serious?
The market likes it. Hey, Cephii,
The market likes it. Chainlink likes it. Let's go.
Chainlink likes it a lot. It's up 10%. There you go. Cephii was behind the deal. Cephii's in this space, and he's doing backroom deals at the same time.
Hold on. Let's see how much FTT is up in a matter of 38% in the past 5 or 10 minutes. FTT's up with a peak of 43%.
Yeah, it's a short squeeze. A bunch of shorts were opened because of the drama. So now it's like those shorts got knocked.
Caroline,
FTT token overall.
Wow.
Caroline's liquidated. How many shorts has Caroline liquidated? Caroline's just fucking liquidated all the plebs, hasn't she? Caroline's liquidated the plebs, no? To me, Caroline's liquidated the plebs, no?
Oh yeah. Actually, we should check open interest rates.
Byzantine General posted the OI earlier. It wasn't a good look, dude. It wasn't. I mean, to me, stop me if I'm wrong, but this market, the crypto market, is just out to constantly rogue retail. That's all it is. It's a very small select group of very powerful people, yeah, who just rogue us constantly on a weekly basis, no? Unless you get caught up in the rug.
A big part of it is that crypto is the easiest way for people around the world, especially non-registered accredited investors, to trade with leverage and perps and options and that sort of stuff. And so they will do it because they're allowed to, and there's money to be made. And so that means there is way more money to be made off liquidating those plebs.
So it's basically the Wild West. What you're saying is crypto is still the Wild West of finance. Yeah. Basically.
100%. Anyone can begin. Head over to BitMEX, Bybit, Binance, 100x leverage, do whatever. And a lot of people can't do that. So
what was Tim? What was his what was that psyops today? So Bybit, you mentioned Bybit there. 100 million of Bit was sold, right, for $30 odd million, or was that 52? It might have been $52 million. I'm not sure. I think it was 30 something. And then there were a Woo blockchain, Colin over at Woo blockchain. Yeah, he was oh blah blah blah, and he was straight out of the blocks of the news. Within about 10 minutes, loads of news came over the feed. And I was what the fuck is this? 10 minutes later, it was this is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Did you see that shit today, dude? It was saying the Alameda address.
No.
Sold the, Bit, B-I-T, hashtag.
Bybit?
Yes. Yeah, but haven't they got a DAO? They've got a DAO, right? They've got a DAO, yeah.
Okay. Bit DAO.
They went mad. The Bit DAO went mad. Fucking, they lost their minds. But it turned out to be one of their own VCs who had agreed. That was. So today, guys, we were in the spaces. This happened live. And then I posted it, and some guy was like, it's fucking psyops. Like, this is what crypto is like. You sleep for 5 fucking minutes. Like, good night. It's like this exponential. Oh my God.
Well, it's funny what you're talking about is actually one of the main reasons that I am such like a Link fanboy, because I've been in crypto so long that it gets tiring, and there's been so many times where I miss one day of news. I think it's the end of the world, or this thing's changing. Like, everything is so fucking fluid and insane and hard to keep up with. And so I like find some comfort in just having one project that I'm like, this is going to be around in 100 years. I have no doubt that can just let me like sleep at night with some sort of.
To me, that's how I feel about raccoons. People like think I might be a pleb, right?
There you go.
Like, that is my project, guys. That is my project, right? Rama's got his feet in many pies. LiLGainzz got their feet in many pies, right? Robo got his feet in one pie, man. And I fucking love it, dude. And you know something? Like, we have this like
toads around in the pie.
Nah, dude. People think we have this like protectionism attitude, right? It's not about that, right? We want to welcome everyone into the crew, right? The organization, right? But we just ask that you're not fucking stupid. We ask like one thing: please don't be a fucking pleb. Like, come to the party, yeah, but fucking bring something to the party. Whether that's some fucking snacks, or it's a few beers, or a few shots, or whatever, right? Just do me a fucking favor, man. Don't turn up empty-handed like a pleb. Like, excuse me, I bought a raccoon. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Just be what we are, guys. No.
Robo, you hit me like cognac. And if I brought cognac to your party, would you enjoy that?
I'll be all over you like a fucking tram on fucking chips. I tell you, I'll be like fucking white on rice undone. I'll be like fucking Gaines. I'll be like Amanda on Rama. Sorry, woohoo! Setting the industry on flames there, dude. I'll be all over you. No. We are gonna have. Oh, wait. Timmy doesn't know. In the next couple of days, a Juno, a blue chip project flying into Thailand and going down south. I've been speaking to Lord C. Is he still here? Is he? He might have left. He was in the chat earlier, Lord C. I've been speaking about, I'm in Bangkok, right, guys? Like, you fly into Phuket. I'm not going to say, like, I can hook you up down there. However, today on a space, we started talking to a kid who's hooked up in Phuket. And then your man, he's going to come up here. Rama knows all about this, right? To me, we've got a VIP, a Juno VIP arriving in Bangkok next week. Robo's putting out the fucking red carpet, son. Can you believe what Robo does, man? Fucking spinning dreams, son. People don't realize, man.
They don't deserve you.
But dude, I want to do it for the culture. Shrute will tell you. Shrute's up. I said this before, guys, right? Listen, guys, I said this before. Listen, I often, right, put other people first to my detriment, like across my entire lifespan. I've always kind of like put others first. And like sometimes it's worked out, yeah, great, blah, blah, whatever. And many times it hasn't, right? But my grandparents like told me this as a very young child. Look, they were like, look, didn't think about yourself. Think about the man or woman next to you. Like they were a little bit, because they were like from the war, right? World War II, yeah. Born during World War One, served through World War II, right? And then just like, why do people have to fucking just constantly worry about themselves, their image, or blah, 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 whatever? Fucking just try to be like, think about other people. How this person's my friend. How can I help them? How can I do something different? Like, can I change your fucking life? Dude, sorry, mate, I'm going to go to bed soon.
I gotta hop off. I have a call coming up, but that's a beautiful sentiment for me to head off on. I couldn't agree more, man. That was well said.
But Tim, though, like, you don't get any. What value do you get from like self-greed, like self-egotistical inflection? Like, fuck you, man. Yourself. You're not out there, man, trying to change the world and sort other people out. Like, you're not doing it right. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Have a good day, though.
Yeah, take care, Timmy. I know you got work to do. Hey, quick question, Robo. I don't know how much longer you want to go, but you saw the news that Thyborg is going to work for Axelar Network. Axelar seems to be doing some really good collaborations, and I don't know that much about the tokenomics of Axelar, but that seems.
Oh, dude! If I was a sellout, obviously, which I'm not, but if I was a sellout and I took every job opportunity that was thrown at me in Twitter, yeah, I mean, I would be bigging up this project beyond belief. I mean, it would be the job, obviously, wouldn't it? I wouldn't have like any choice in the matter, right?
I mean, Axelar's trying to bridge, Ethereum to the Cosmos, and I mean, as a blockchain, not as a different way of bridging. I think it's like an alternative to bridging.
Oh, what they're doing is amazing. I mean, but that's like, what reflection is that on the HR policy? I mean, if you're going to post, right, and hide your employers' wallets on purpose and try and think you can slip that past Rain Man and the crew, what? I mean, how many followers is he on now? Don't tell me he's above 20k. The pleb was 15.
Like 13.
Yeah. Shrute. There's so many fucking accounts that are fucking shite. Like more.
Well, hey, now that Adam Tool passed, he'll be able to fully fund whatever Axelar is going to do with the community funds. So, since he used to work for him. Well, probably does.
Yeah, man, Shrute.
All these motherfuckers are double dipping.
Shrute Rama dropped some numbers. I'll go and look. It'll take me a while. Like in the group chat earlier, Rama dropped some numbers about the wallets. How many wallets are voting under 0.01 atom or something? Like, what is fucking going on, guys? What are we witnessing right now? Mir's like the most normal person. Youster is quite normal. Gain's quite normal. Rama, Mir's in the group chat. Rama posted some shit earlier, some numbers, and 360 was like laughing at him about the wallets. What's going on, Mir? Do we have Sybils? Or what? Do we have a problem?
Yeah, I was trying to follow some of the posts, and those guys are always posting good information, and you gotta follow. I wasn't able to follow up on it enough, but yeah, I think they're trying to track down some of the wallets.
So you were sleeping. You were sleeping. All right, okay. Your man was sleeping. It's a good excuse, isn't it? Rama was posting earlier, and then 360 came in. I'm going after the guys. This group chat. Mia, when you wake up in the morning, how many messages in the? I normally wake up to like 60 to 80. Mia, when you wake up, how many messages do you see?
Yeah, about 50. And I try to skim through it real quick to get the real important information.
Yeah, well, they mentioned about the wallets that were voting that were under 1 atom, and then under like 0.01 atom, and it was quite interesting. Guys, is there, for anyone listening who wants to come up and speak, please, are we seeing governance attacks on the hub, obviously, the gear. The wider IBC, are we seeing, like, I don't know, am I paranoid? I mean, I have to ask the questions. If Rain Man was here, he'd be like, well, he give you all the data. I don't have data. No, I'm always paranoid and asking the right questions. Is there something going on, guys?
I'm not sure. I was trying to keep up on all the FTX news.
There was like 34K. I think wallets under, I think it was like 0.1 atom. I'm going to have to go back and look. And guys, these spaces, we always just try to give you enough information where you go and look your fucking self. Like, everybody who joins in, contributes, understands this. Any plebs that are like, what's this? We only try to give you like enough, like little bit of, you know, a little bit of speckles along the road, right? So you can like, oh, okay, right, get into it.
Are you talking about 82?
Am I talking about what, dude? Come on, Shrute.
The votes? Are you talking about votes with like 0.1 atom for?
Is it just 82, or how many props have we got? Have we got 82, 83? How many? Yes, Shrute. Yes, Shrute. That is exactly what I'm talking about, son. That's why I need someone like you to make sense of it. Yeah.
I did think it was funny that now they're, rather than going out and like educating people, they're, you know, tweeting like, I think the latest one this morning is like, all of these people voted yes, but then the percentage of no with veto is from X percent of wallets. So I wonder if like they're, you know, if there is some manipulation to make it look like, oh, look, the average person is voting yes, but just these big whales are voting no with veto. Tank
can stop me if I'm wrong. I think the big problem is that like when validators vote, they like take the vote of their like delegators, and it's up to the delegators to then take the vote from the validators. And then you've got these validators like, you know, voting in like a massive percentage within the top 10, whatever, where plebs are just not voting, mate. Whether they're like staked and forgot about it. Like validators are making the decisions over the network. Tank, am I right? Where's Tank? Tank will talk here. Is he? Oh, he's left. It's like, if people like you and I don't go and vote, then it's just like the validators who are voting, right? They vote with the collective power. We have to vote with our individual power and overwrite them. This is what the fucking whole cosmos shithole is fucking going through now, man. I'm sick of it. By the way, guys, I've got nothing staked. Just going to say this right now. I've got nothing staked. Got nothing LP'd. And I haven't since like late April. Just bought loads of Racøøn NFTs. And I've got shit to take care of. Been on for fucking hours. Dudes, I'm going. Mia, Shrute, thank you guys for joining in. And Rusty and everyone, yeah.
And I think that's the close to episode 2 of RAC FM. Is that a close?
It is, dude. But I'm fucking fed up with it, man. Like, we have to sort this shit out before I go all back in again. Like today, because I got burned twice last year. Before we go back into this shit, man, we need to sort out the adults in the room. Because all I see is a group of fucking arguing plebs who are quite happy to be like sat under a halo getting a tattoo.
You're talking about the governance stuff and all that.
I just mean the adults, mate. I just mean where we need to. Yeah, anyone who's invested, understand that like you need to take control of your own fucking vote and get your votes away. Like get your delegations out of the way. The plebs that are doing nothing, man. Fucking nothing. It's
I think that's an interesting take, Robo. Like, you know, you're saying that you don't have anything staked, and I think to lock up your liquidity for 14 or to 28 days. Juno is 28 days when you stake. That's a long time. And you talk to anyone in Luna, they understand when stuff hits the fan, you want access to your tokens. But when you're staking, you are securing the chain. So I'd love to talk with you more about that later some other time. Are you thinking about doing these by a couple a week, Robo?
Do you know what, dude? I bought 1,800 Juno at the Pico bottom for my nephew. As he's like a university fund. And then when they just started acting like plebs, I was like, what the fuck is going on here, man? And I was trying to compound. Mate, and I shipped off, man. I'm annoyed that I sold off such a chunk of like that Juno, all of that Juno, and mine though as well. Like, but I can't give up on the chain. There's something about Juno, like Juno and Robo, me are intrinsically connected forever. For the rest of my life, myself and Juno will be intrinsically connected, and in more ways than one. And like, I'm gonna, mate, when I can, I'm just gonna go so much more all in. Like this, it's the future.
Yep, I know what you're saying. Yep. All right, I think we're gonna close it out. Good conversation, and what a day! What a day! Election day in the U.S., and we've got all the crazy FTX finances taking over the world, and hopefully the decentralized dream is still alive. So with that, thank you everyone for joining.
Thanks for checking out another episode of The Ether. That was RAC FM, Episode 2, Part 2. Hosted by Robo and the rest of the RAC gang. Recorded on Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. For TerraSpaces.org, I'm Finn. Thanks for listening. Rolling down the street in my 6'4". I never had a 6'4". A kid can wish though. I snapped the wishbone and grabbed a fistful. Chilling with the dopey, this a weed is all I wish for. I'm feeling blissful. I got a missus. My ginger always down to ride no matter what the mission. I'm singing this song. Got a couple albums out. We do alright, but it ain't really shit to write home about. Like to feed the fishbowl. Keep my stories mystical. I like my beats boom bap and rap to be lyrical. I'm feeling cynical. Craving a little ritual. Save my place in line while I try to find a miracle. I keep looking, but never find nothing. We've been lied to, thinking they're surprised under super secret lies. Motherfuckers sneak inside, going dark. Now believe me when I say this shit is do or die. Going dark, now believe me when I say this shit is do or die. Going dark, now believe me when I say this shit is do or die. Through the trenches, trying to stay offensive. Trespassing here like this land looks expensive. Ain't no time like the present. Trying to stake a claim, just make sure your claim stays away from all these other claims. We're almost kinda running out of land here. Living in the day of the dead, and it's damn weird. Same teams, y'all, we just trying to get a bite to eat. A little rest saved up, waiting for my time to sleep. Head down, middle fingers up, yo, I'm wide awake. Never hesitate to stay about 100 miles away. 7 time and space, while the wrecking ball the place. I expect you all to play, running marathons today. When the sick get sicker and the rich get richer, it might be about time to rearrange our dinner. Fix the system, the shit, it's all nixed. Waking up early, gonna suck today's. Time to suck today's dick, that's what I'm talking about. Going dark now, believe me when I say the shit is do or die. Suck today's dick, that's what I'm talking about. Going dark now, believe me when I say the shit is do or die.
Clark's a great guy, man. He's totally gonna take care of Angela, man. He's great. He's a wonderful lab partner, so it's gonna be cool. We'll keep an eye on her.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, you weird little prick?
I'm a teacher, okay? You can't talk to me like that, guy.
I'm not a student, so I can say whatever the fuck I want.
TerraSpaces.